Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good day. One question that I get asked all the time is, hey, how much did your gym cost? How much did your gym cost from start to finish? And my answer every time is, I have no idea. My answer could be, which gym? And that's not a brag, it's just I used to live in a townhouse and then I moved to a small apartment in the city and pretty much sold everything. And then I moved back and then I started all over again. So I've had 3 gyms and I've sold stuff and I bought stuff and I've sold stuff and I bought stuff. So I did not keep a running tally. My home gym journey started in 2020. So I thought maybe you guys would want to take a trip down memory lane with me just to see the way things used to be, to see how it all started in that scary month of March of 2020 when gym equipment was scarce and everybody was panicking. People were panicking about toilet paper for whatever reason. I was panicking about my gains. So that is when the journey started. So if you want to come along with me, I can take you through some videos and talk about some of the different gym equipment I had and the different setups I had in those 3 different locations, and then ended up where I am today with what I'd like to think of as my fully completed home gym. But that is a lie because I did just order something else, but it's not set up or delivered yet, so I'll just keep that a secret and maybe mention it in a future video. Anyways, if you're interested, feel free to watch. Bye! Hey everybody, welcome to Jen's Fitness Center. Now it's not finished yet, but I did get some wonderful items and I want you to come along with me for a virtual tour. Actually, we're coming this way. So first is this. It's a box and I get to step on it with grace and dignity. So see, there's that one. Yay, okay. Next thing here is I have like a 40-year-old weight from my parents' basement. So it's about 75 pounds and I can just do like bent over row with it, etc., etc. Also, I have this, which is my first piece of equipment, which I'm a little bit too short for, but I can stand on my tippy toes and I can do this. So that's really great. Plus, I have this over here and I can do little step-ups. I can hold my kettlebell and do mini step-ups, and then I can turn around and I can do Bulgarian split squats or what have you with my kettlebell like that. I can also do curls like this, or like this or whatever, and front raises like this, and lateral raises like this, and rows, etc., like this. And I have ankle weights, so I can do some girly ass stuff. And I have this is my 25-pound dumbbell, so I can do rows and stuff or whatever, like with this. I also sit on the floor and do dumbbell presses with it. And lastly, over in the corner here, before we get to the change rooms upstairs, I can do like rear delt fly, stuff like this, or whatever from those videos with the muscular people that clearly do more than just this. So, thanks for stopping by Jen's Fitness Center. I'll give you another up-to-date demo when I receive more items. Thanks for joining me. Hey everybody, so this is the Townhouse gym. Some of you might remember these crazy colors in the flooring. I do remember in some comments it was described as similar to some sort of funhouse setup. With these alien boxes and the flooring, I can see where that might be coming from. I do feel like the flooring kind of gives daycare vibes, but the alien boxes sort of do too, but those were from my son's grade 6 carnival project, and they were just kind of being stored there. But anyways, this is kind of how the gym started, though it did not used to have a squat rack. So fun fact, I was squatting for many weeks just out of my pull-up dip station that you can kind of see over there on the side, because I couldn't find a real squat rack anywhere. If anybody started building their home gym around the same time as I did, maybe you encountered some of the same issues where people are just fighting tooth and nail for every single piece of lifting equipment, the last dumbbell on the rack. You just took whatever you could get. You could bought whatever you could find. And I could not find a real squat rack for a very long time. I got scammed for through some Amazon sellers. Waited weeks for a squat rack that was just like an empty box that never really came. Just a lot of frustration. I honestly believe deep down I was never actually going to get a real squat rack. But then enter a hero, which was Squat Racks Canada at the time. Company no longer exists, but they came out of nowhere right at that time, and I was able to pick up a really nice half rack squat rack that you can see there at their Edmonton location. So that sort of saved the day at the time. And kind of on the theme of that, a lot of my pieces were just kind of a mixed bag of just wherever I could get things. So I was pretty happy that I could get some stuff from the Brett Contreras store, as you can see here, doing my heavy hip thrusts on my Brett Contreras hip thrust. I also got some of his specialty plates and that sort of thing. But nothing was ever just from one place, because it was darn near impossible to actually really outfit your home gym in a organized and relaxed fashion. You did what you could. You got what you could. You get what you get, and you don't get upset, as my son would have said when he was younger. So did that. And okay, so the floors, I believe now here. Oh yes, so you can see I've updated my flooring. This is a little bit easier on the eyes. I was very happy when I got new flooring. I also got this from Fitness Avenue, so that was kind of my first cable station. Attempted to do my own form of seal rows here. The landmine I was able to get from Amazon pretty early on into everything. And this is just like one of those like makeshift pulleys hanging from the rafters. Random kettlebell that I could find. Sorry for the very quick shots of things. I used to make workout videos like this because I figured people's attention spans could not span or last longer than a few seconds or a few reps at a time. So this is how I made my videos. This next video is the one where I quit my job. I remember making this video. This is the last video you will see from this gym. I quit a very important job, just kind of lost my mind through all of the pandemic and isolation and abusive relationship. So I went insane. I quit probably the best job I ever had at that time, and where I actually had potential for career. And I moved. I moved to a crappy apartment downtown, and it was not my favorite place to live. I never felt at home there. It always felt kind of like dirty. People living in the trash cans, as I have explained in other videos. Yeah, guy just living in the dumpster, passed out people in the stairwells. So I left this townhouse and this gym, sold all this stuff. I think, yeah, darn near sold every darn thing. And I moved into my little place into the city. So parted with a lot of these pieces. I ended up buying that Squat Racks Canada rack in its entirety all over again. So that rack that took me so long to get, I sold it and got another one, and then sold that one and got another one. So I guess ironic. I wasn't able to find a squat rack for quite a while, and then I went through quite a few of them. But I just kind of feel like I let this part of the video go a little bit longer because it was kind of a significant day to me. This was on a Monday. I just remember these feelings, and I didn't have regrets in this moment. I didn't have a care in the world. I just felt like I needed to escape. I needed to get away from this horrible relationship, from this job, from this address. Everything just needed to abruptly change, and I felt like I was going to get, like a fresh start in life. By living in the city, I thought I was going to have a social life. I thought I was going to have lots of things. And here I am. This is what I ended up having. This was my crappy apartment gym with those very cheap squat stands. I think I still have those, like in a shed on my balcony, to be honest. I didn't actually get rid of those, but this is where gym was for the longest time. The gym's kind of reopened at this point. So I did have a pass at the Crunch Fitness up the street. So I kind of supersetted some of my workouts with Crunch Fitness. But once again, things in this situation abruptly changed very quickly. I didn't even live in this place for a year because my father passed away. So I had to once again kind of rearrange and change my life very abruptly and move back, not to the exact location that I was living before, but I mean pretty darn close. I wasn't living in a townhouse, but living in an apartment that was about a block away from the original Townhouse gym. So I guess what a roundabout way, and what a lot of wasted money But again, I don't know. I look back at those decisions I made to move into this apartment. I just think, yeah, this was like, I was going through some stuff, man. Like the trauma of that relationship and the isolation and the pandemic, I was going through it. I was just going through it. And I made decisions because I thought that I could escape my brain if I escaped my home and my job and my life. Newsflash, I couldn't, if you wanted a spoiler alert, I suppose. I couldn't. It all came with me. And then I was shocked out of it because of the random, unexpected passing of my father. And so this was a very short lived gym, but I will admit I didn't care about this gym that much. And this is the gym that you might recognize. This was the start of where I live now. So you can kind of see as the footage goes on that more and more stuff I cleared out. A lot of my dad's stuff was down there because I don't, this isn't where I live. This is my mom's basement. She's just very close to me. Like literally and well, literally and in the location sense as in the emotional sense. But I am about a block away from her, so I set up shop in this basement here. But my dad's stuff was, he was kind of a hoarder, and that's putting it lightly. So a lot of his stuff was still hanging around. So slowly but surely, I started to move, boxes of stuff and his very, very heavy desk that's over to the side. And you can see like just in the background, like just random lampshades. Oh, hold on. Sorry guys, I was just multitasking, working. Anyways, it's the end of the day now, so I'll finish up the video here. Just wanted you to make note of all the clutter in the back there, like random filing cabinets, bookshelves, lampshades, just a lot of junk that slowly but surely, oh, there's another filing cabinet there. Slowly but surely I took over, so as you can see, all that stuff is gone here, and I'm into my, my specialty bar era. So a lot of you might remember how excited I was to get my camber bar, because it made squats feel not awful. I also have a video here with, is this the transformer bar? Oh yes, this was the transformer bar that I also tinkered with. So again, and you can also see back there the desk is gone. So slowly I moved everything away, and now also moved into my Bells of Steel era, getting a whole bunch of cool pieces of equipment, really cleared things out, put my fun little lights there for Christmas, even though I kept those lights there until May. I just love the pink, okay, if you couldn't tell. Put up posters, really made it my own, and then fast forward to very, very recently. This was the last, one of the last videos that I've made. Swapped out my belt squat for my pendulum squat. So just like ever evolving, and made this place over all these years, made this place like my dream place. It is certainly one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite places to be. Everything is so perfectly like suited to me now. Everything I have feels perfect for me, for my height, for my leverages, for my routine, for my goals. Everything just is just for me. And I couldn't be happier with how all this stuff turned out. Obviously, it was one hell of a journey, and it's certainly been made quite a bit easier at the tail end of it here, given that now I work for a home gym company. So I will say that, like, thank goodness I couldn't have gotten these last pieces with this and my hack squat leg press and everything without now like working here and all this kind of stuff, just making it so much easier to have built this place of my dreams. So I just, like I said, like it has been such a long journey, and it was very stressful at different times, and it was confusing at times, and it was disappointing at times. But if I had known that it would have resulted in this, or worked out to this, or literally led me to this like job that combines this passion, it led me to a passion that I otherwise wouldn't have known that I would have. Like that scared little girl, when all the gyms closed, what was I going to do? I had no idea that it was going to take me to this place where I have a passion that, yes, it is still fitness, but it's its thing in its own. The home gym obsession building is actually like, it's like a separate love affair that is like beside fitness, but it's its own thing. And so I'm so happy to be here, everybody. Bye.